Pinevale was a town people forgot. Hidden in the misty cradle of the Cascade Mountains, its pines whispered more secrets than its people ever told. With a population of just over 2,800, it was the kind of place where everyone knew your name and your story. But the quiet charm was a mask. Beneath it simmered something ancient. Something patient. Old-timers would say the air carried stillness. But in 2007, that stillness broke. 16-year-old Jamie Hunt was last seen leaving Pinevale High, her sneakers crunching through orange autumn leaves. Her friends remembered her laughing at something on her phone, her backpack bouncing behind her. Hours later, she was gone. Her parents reported her missing by nightfall. The whole town searched, every trail, every cabin. Nothing. Until day 3, when hikers stumbled upon her backpack. It was untouched. Zipped inside the smallest pocket was a perfectly round red marble. No fingerprints. No dirt. Just red. 2 years passed. Life in Pinevale tried to return to normal. But in 2009, it happened again. Ben Rourke, a well-loved mechanic, locked his garage at 8:07 p.m. The security camera caught him walking into the dusk. His wife waited for him. He never arrived. Ben's truck was found the next morning, parked neatly by the edge of an old logging trail. Nothing stolen. Nothing disturbed. A single green marble rested in the cup holder. No one had seen anything. Again. Now the town was nervous. A pattern was forming. By 2012, 5 more people had vanished, each under different circumstances. A teacher left her house for groceries. A teenage boy never made it to football practice. A forest ranger stopped responding to radio calls. And each time, a different colored marble was left behind. Red, green, blue, black, yellow, always smooth, always clean. No one knew what they meant. The media called it the silent game. Locals whispered about a ghost, a cult, or worse, a killer who watched them like pieces on a board. Detective Lara Quinn wasn't from Pinevale. She transferred from Seattle PD, hardened by years chasing ghosts with guns. But Pinevale chilled her in ways a city never could. She saw the marbles not as trophies, but as messages. Games. The colors, she believed, meant something. She started mapping the disappearances. Overlaying times, locations, weather, even newspaper delivery routes. The patterns were subtle. But they were there. And then, the letter came. It arrived at the Pinevale Gazette. Typed. Carefully warded. The envelope contained no return address, no prints. You're all playing. But no one wants to win. Meet me where the pines form a square. The letter was signed only with a night chess piece. Police followed the riddle to a forest clearing. There, on a rotting tree stump, was an actual chessboard. Set up mid-game. One black pawn moved forward. Next to it, a voice recorder. It played a single phrase, "Your move, detective." Lara returned night after night, hoping for something. A figure. A note. A mistake. But all she ever found was the board. Reset each time, with a different opening move. She catalogued every configuration. The killer, she believed, was challenging her directly. Meanwhile, Pinevale lived in fear. Parents pulled their kids from school. People installed cameras and floodlights. But even technology failed. Some surveillance files went missing. Some never recorded at all. It was as if the killer knew when he was being watched, and how to avoid it. Quinn discovered a file buried deep in county records. Elliot Branner, 13, vanished in 1995. No marble was ever found. No one connected it back then. But Elliot's mother had kept a journal. She wrote of Elliot's obsession with chess, puzzles, riddles. He talked of designing games no one could win. And after he vanished, strange symbols were carved into their shed door, symbols matching those on the marble bag found with Jamie Hunt's backpack. Had Elliot survived? Had he become the game master? Then it became personal. Detective Quinn returned to her car after a late-night interview and found it unlocked. On the driver's seat, nothing stolen. But scented perfectly was a blue marble. Her instincts screamed. She was now a player. And she was next. But instead of backing away, she dove deeper. She wired her house. She stopped sleeping. She started playing. She left the marble at the chessboard in the woods. Days passed. It disappeared. On April 7, 2017, Quinn didn't report for work. Her last phone call was to her father at 11:13 p.m. She said, "I think I'm close. If anything happens, find the endgame." That was the last anyone heard from her. 3 days later, a package arrived at the station. It contained a photo. Lara Quinn tied to a chair. Asleep. Unharmed. In front of her, a complete chessboard. Checkmate. Written on the back, she moved. I won. After Quinn's disappearance, Pinevale became a ghost town. Families fled. Businesses shuttered. Even the sheriff left. But in surrounding counties, the marbles started showing up. One man confessed to copying the original killer. He admitted to 2 abductions, but claimed he was instructed by a mysterious voice in a chat room. Was the game evolving? Spreading? Or was the puppet master pulling more strings? In 2022, a child in a foster home 100 miles from Pinevale was found scribbling strange symbols. On his desk were hand-drawn chessboards, each featuring one unique piece moved differently. When asked about it, the boy said, "He visits me in dreams. He tells me where to move." The same night symbol from the original letter appeared on the boy's notebook. The game, it seemed, had never stopped. Who was the killer? Was it Elliot Branner, now grown and invisible? Was it a group? A copycat network? Or something more sinister? The FBI keeps the case open. They won't comment. Locals still whisper. YouTubers visit the town and never go far into the woods. The marbles remain locked away in a vault. But some say if you walk near the clearing at dusk, you'll hear a whisper, "Your move."